Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely reframe high-stakes workplace anxiety. And honestly, more importantly, we're going to learn exactly how to manually override it. If you've ever felt that massive wave of panic right before a huge client pitch, or maybe while opening a super loaded email from your boss, well, you are absolutely in the right place. So let's just dive right into this. Let's be real for a second. Is your brain screaming right now? Are you obsessively churning over some awkward interaction you had by the coffee machine yesterday? Or maybe you're just absolutely dreading an upcoming presentation. Look, we all know that professional anxiety loop. It's literally like having a noisy, micromanaging boss living rent-free inside your head, just throwing out terrible worst-case scenarios on a constant, never-ending loop. But here's the thing, and this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. We fall into this massive mental trap. We try to think our way out of the stress. We sit there and tell ourselves to just calm down. But let me tell you, trying to logic your way out of biological panic, it never works. It just doesn't. So the absolute crucial point here is that we need to pivot hard to the physical hack. Calming your anxiety actually isn't about your mind at all. It's about forcing your physical nervous system to stand down from the outside in. And to do exactly that, we're going to build your 20-second workplace survival toolkit. Here is our agenda for today. 1. The professional anxiety loop. 2. The pre-meeting prep. 3. The invisible desk flush. 4. The stealth boardroom ninja. And 5. Master your nervous system. Kicking things off with Section 1, the professional anxiety loop, and exactly why thinking fails. To understand why trying to outthink your stress is a losing game, we really have to look at the underlying biology. I want you to meet the actual boss of your body, the vagus nerve. You can basically think of it as your body's internal chill-out supervisor. Now, when we get stressed at work, our fight-or-flight system totally takes over. But here's the secret. By physically stimulating specific nerve endings, we can send a direct command to this vagus nerve supervisor to trigger a rest and digest response. You are essentially forcing your panicked fight-or-flight system to take a mandatory coffee break. Now, the most important number you need to remember today is 20. Why? Because in a high-stakes professional setting, time is your absolute most valuable currency. You don't have time for a 30-minute meditation session right before answering a tough question from the CEO. The really beautiful thing is every single physical intervention we're covering today requires a maximum of only 20 seconds. Moving right along to Section 2, the pre-meeting prep. These are our low-stealth physical resets. Okay, so these low stealth tools, they are incredibly effective, but yeah, you might look just a little bit funny doing them. So they are perfectly suited for those private moments, like hiding out in a restroom stall right before a big pitch. First up is the ear massage trick. Believe it or not, your ears are heavily covered in nerve endings that connect directly to that vagus nerve we just talked about. So for 20 seconds, use your thumbs and index fingers to firmly pinch and roll the outer curve of your ear, the helix, all the way down to a gentle pull on the lobe. This acts as an instant physical mute button for internal noise. You are literally turning down the manual volume knob on your stress right before you walk into the room. Next up, we have the cheekbone press release. Think about this. When we concentrate really hard or stress out at work, what do? We clench our jaws. It's basically the body's stress vice grip. To fix this, just make a relaxed O shape with your mouth. Find your cheekbones, slide your fingers down about an inch, and firmly press into that little bump of muscle there, the masseter muscle. Hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds on each side. Physically releasing this muscle sends a massive all is well signal to your entire nervous system. It literally tells the clenching command center to just cease fire. Let's step out into the open office now with Section 3, the invisible desk flush. These are your medium stealth resets. So these are highly effective moves you can use right at your desk, maybe right after receiving a super stressful email, and your colleagues won't suspect a thing. You know how everyone always tells you to just take a deep breath when you're stressed? Actually, scratch that. That is terrible advice. Taking a giant tense inhale when you're already panicked just adds more pressure. Instead, we're going to use the physiological sigh. Step 1. Let a long exhale go to completely empty the tank. Step 2. Take a normal inhale through your nose, plus one quick short sip of air right on top of it. Step 3, let out an extra long, really satisfying exhale. This reverse breathing technique acts as a total biological system flush. It immediately dumps carbon dioxide, which is essentially the stress gas, right out of your body. Another truly fantastic medium stealth tool is the foot grounding tap. You know, workplace anxiety is basically just future tripping. You're living in a disaster movie about a project that hasn't even failed yet. To break this cycle, subtly lift your heels just a millimeter off the floor while keeping your toes firmly planted and rhythmically tap your heels down. Tap, tap. By doing this, you are creating a somatic anchor. You're sending a Morse code message to the planet that says, I am here now. And it instantly pulls you right out of that imaginary future disaster. And the real reason this simple foot tap works so incredibly well, it's simple. Boring is the enemy of anxiety. Anxiety absolutely loves drama. It feeds on chaos. By giving your busy mind a very simple, repetitive physical task to focus on, you are completely starving your anxiety of the dramatic chaos it needs to survive. Which brings us to the climax of our toolkit, Section 4, the Stealth Boardroom Ninja. This is your maximum stealth override. Guys, this is your ultimate tool. You can use this one while actively speaking to a client or when you are being aggressively questioned in a high-stakes board meeting, and I promise you, no one will ever know. We call it the quick focus object trick. When anxiety hits you in a meeting, your world gets really small and threatening, right? Your focus turns completely inward to the storm in your mind. The solution here is a 20-second Jedi mind trick you play on yourself. You select one ordinary, completely neutral, meaningless object in the room. Maybe it's a pen on the desk, a coffee stain, a doorknob, and for just 20 seconds, you study it with intense, silent curiosity. You start actively cataloging its physical properties in your head. You literally ask yourself, okay, is it shiny or matte? Does it look smooth or rough? How exactly does the fluorescent light hit it in this boardroom? By forcing yourself to answer these highly specific, concrete questions, you are manually forcing the observant, logical part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, to come right back online. And you just keep that mental interrogation going. What is its purpose in this exact spot? Who might have left that pen right there? You see, your brain literally cannot fully engage the logical prefrontal cortex and the fear-focused amygdala at the exact same time. Answering these completely mundane questions about a doorknob pulls all that vital mental energy entirely away from your screaming fear center. Finally, you ask a slightly weird question. If it could talk, what would it say? By completely hijacking your own attention for just 20 seconds, you project your focus outward in a totally harmless way. The incredible result of this? You actually become way more present and focused in that difficult conversation, and absolutely no one in the room knows you just completely reset your brain. Let's wrap this up with Section 5, Master Your Nervous System, because you hold the manual override. The absolutely crucial point we've learned today is that workplace anxiety is a physical, biological state. It's not a mental failing to be outthought. And because it's physical, you hold the manual override to hack it. Just remember that magic number, 20. Profound physiological calm in the middle of a chaotic workday does not require an hour of quiet time. It is only ever a fast, completely free 20 seconds away, whether you're hiding in the restroom, sitting at your desk, or standing right at the head of the boardroom table. So I want to leave you with this one provocative question today. Next time your anxiety spikes in a meeting, which switch are you going to flip? Will it be the ear massage, the physiological sigh, or maybe that quick focus object trick? I highly challenge you to confidently deploy the Stealth Toolkit during your very next high-stress workday. Take back your focus. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.